I think that's what you should be doing. So the first thing on the usage of funds, I think it's very complicated, but what is the process that we have put in place? We have first, I think, put in place, I think, a pretty rigorous process to select the businesses that we support. The first element is the element of competition. So businesses had to apply to actually get our support and to explain what they do, where they're coming from, what's the expertise they have, what are their plans, what's their business model, what's the opportunity they see. And I think it sounds a bit mundane and bureaucratic, but I think the fact that you ask them to apply and to compete with others is, in my opinion, a first step of something very relevant, because you're not in the situation where myself, who has no clue about the situation on the ground, or one of my team members or someone concentrates all the power to decide who is a good person or not a good person to work with and to support. So I think that element of competitivity and encouraging people to apply and have their application being reviewed is, in my opinion, a very good first step. The second element in terms of selectivity was to actually run the IDs by two levels. On the one side, we had the partner institution on the ground that spent time meeting with the people that seem to be proposing interesting solutions, and made sure that what they said is true, is validated by visits and discussions on the ground in Kakuma, and an assessment of the assets that they were highlighting that they had already. So I think that's the first level of screening. And then we had a kind of we played it a little bit like an investment fund, but tried to adapt it to the reality. So we had a very small investment panel, including with IFC technical people on education, someone on education, on microfinance, someone on financial inclusion, to validate either the approach or some of the technologies being used. So I think the applicants had to compete, and then they went to two levels of selection process, which was a little bit complicated, but I felt was worth doing it, because that's a space where in this humanitarian economy, people are used to get money for free as long as they can come up with a nice case. And I think for the first time, we put, in my opinion, a significant rigor into the system.